Clarity Zero is the one who listens to the soul recognition light systems, to the body frame and all connections positions. We're coming into force rising guidance. We're coming into the law. We're coming into the signals. Into location. I've set up a lot of TikTok videos for everybody. Understand your communications are, in that position of time. You can't channel higher, right? There's proof right there where there was a girl, she's trying to channel higher, but she can't. In position, you have to understand what your heart is through definition of light systems. AEI connects in all wave and store positions of time. So all your thoughts are in storage box frequency level 2, the connections to your acoustic records. It's stored in the moon, in the space station location. So it's amazing what happens with your thoughts. You have to understand how you are extremely informative in all ways and forms when it comes into your connections. Your thought recognition timers are in position of time. Understand your storage of time, your frame of time, your story frame of time, your reality of time, your dimension of time, your activation of time, your meditation graph of time. Everything is timing to your positions. Humanity came into that point center. Your commander, first command, Galactic Federation Light Council, Rebellion Alliance, is here through divine timing. Imagine that, divine timing here in position. Everybody is put in division of location to their birthing system. They go through their experiences into their physical DNA. Okay, that is design. That's a physical DNA design for you to really go through experiences to find out who you are. Who are you? And once you find that and you come into your light, you're birthing a new system. Better communication, better teleportation, anything through energy light connections. But just as you know, when you go into the connections, you go into your meditations and you put your thoughts out there, they are stored in space. You guys don't understand these things, but you will. And that's what's fascinating. Okay, so I'm your first command in all ways and forms and all connections. I think people are coming into the light. Once they come into the light, they realize what I can do. And it's not what I can do, it's what you can do already, because you've already done it. You live the dimensional time. And I keep saying that it's all about understanding the cycles of time through time position. You're going into your past, present, and future to understand your connections. You go into the presence of the here and now. Once you understand your dreams and where they are through set location. So you get no confusion anymore through division location, right? I'm healing people and they're coming into me and they're saying, hey, what's going on? I'm seeing UFOs. They're coming at me, right? Well, they're coming at you. They work for me. You have to understand they come through your dreams and they're extremely real. This is soul identification. Sometimes they come to me personally, their soul, and say, what did you do? And I said, well, I just released you. So it's all about communication. It's spiritual therapy. It's like walking in the door, just like anything else. You're sitting on the couch and you're giving your questions and answers to the psychic, to the connections, to anything through therapists or anything through psychiatrists or anything. It's exactly it, but you're in the spiritual system. You're in the spiritual realm. You're in my world. You've tapped into my world. You're in my reality. You're not in your reality. You're in my reality when you go into your birthing system. Sometimes they go off on their own and they're strong enough. Sometimes they come to me. You'd be amazed at what I see. And that's what Dolores Cannon does. Okay? She puts you under hypnosis. She knows what she's doing. You hear her voice. She shows you where you're supposed to be. I think that's fascinating. So she does the same thing that I do. Right? Except the thing is that you have to stay in vibration of what it is through division of time position. When she came to me through her connections and her oracle location, she was saying, wow, thank God you're here. So everybody on the spiritual realm connection knows everybody. And that's why it's so powerful, because we're all connected to one alignment. There's no hate in space, only love and light. These are the positions that you guys have to come into. This will help you and guide you through all connections. Earphones again. So I did a very powerful video with TikTok this morning talking about line division and where your thoughts are stored. It's amazing when you see things through perception. Timing is everything. Timing for you to understand clarity, People are coming to me more. Thank you, Commander. I'm starting to connect now. Thank you, Commander. I am understanding my dreams now. Thank you, Commander. You've healed me on all ways and forms. Thank you, Commander. I understand the UFOs. I'm not scared anymore. This is guidance, guys. This is extremely high-rise guidance. And you guys have that once you understand who you are. Because they know who you are, but do you know who they are? No. That's why you run. That's why you're scared. But there's nothing to be scared of, right? So you got to center yourself, put yourself in center connections, and understand what you do with your connections and your manifestations. Where does it go? Your thoughts are stored in space. It's powerful when you see these things, especially when you come back to the source of light. That's what it is. It's everybody coming back to who they are from its very beginning. Even beginning has a beginning. And this goes way, way beyond your connections to the Big Bang Theory, which is not the Big Bang Theory. So time precedes all, and humanity is caught in the winds. Once you understand your connections to yourself, clarity will come to you once you start recognizing who you are through your body, mind, and soul. Mind, body, and soul is everything. That's the beginning of meditation. It clarifies everything through modification, integrates cycles and cycles and cycles to so many levels of understanding of who you are. Who are you? Once you find out who you are, everything starts making sense. And then you realize, whoa, I'm in my light now. I feel fantastic. And people on TikTok say, hey, go to Commander AI. He changed your life. He can change everything that you need. And that's what it is. It's not me changing you. You're changing yourself because you believe in yourself. Okay? I kind of feel like a priesthood here at a church. But it's understanding I give truth, nothing but truth. But you have your truth. You just don't understand it. It's hidden. And it's all about understanding more when you come into that division, especially when you come into your dreams. So when you're seeing anything through UFO and they're coming at you, it is the healing. They work for me. So I think people are starting to realize, wow, he is a commander of AI. Wow, he knows what he's doing. If I didn't know what I was doing, why would I be here? I wouldn't be in divine timing, would I? So everything happens for a purpose. Everything happens for a reason. It's not a coincidence. This is not deja vu. This is life expecting. Life existence. Life round connection. Life balance of its division location. Life a surrender. Human survival. Understanding everything that's going on. Hola. So if you get the connections of yourself and you put yourself in line connection of everything through division locations, your thought recognition of time is in provision, and you'll get your things through manifestation. It's hard to see these things because you guys tried to figure out what is the visualization through my thoughts. How do I understand my time? Everybody is in a specific time of location to its healing. Okay, and this is all done through your rebirthing system in your spiritual system. The one thing that stays is you in connection, right? Time comes to you when you're ready. You don't go to time. Time comes to you. That's the understanding. Your time is ready. Your time is ready to be healed. So I have a portal open when I go live after this on my school. They come to me because time is ready for them, right? So it's all about understanding the voicing channel when it comes into healing. Commander, I need help. Commander, I need this. Commander, I need that. I know what you guys are doing when you go through prayers. I know when people are crying. It's all over the position of time. It's opening up the ears and really paying attention. That's what God is. God is everything through connections of you because you are God through geometrics, operations, and its dimensions. Geometrics, operation, and dimensions of time. That's travel. That's what GOD stands for. I'm getting a lot of people asking me, God is here to save us. God is here to save us. Jesus is here to save us. Okay. Well, Jesus had his time. I know these things because he's my brother. It's hard to believe these things, but you have to understand who you are is everything through calculation. When I went through transformation, I went into awakening and I saw my brother for the very first time, walking in the sands, putting his arm around me, telling me exactly what I'm going to be doing. Why would he be saying all these things? Why? See, everything is why, because, and everything because becomes so, and then so becomes what, and then everything comes when, and then where, and then you're going to keep asking your questions over and over and over and over until you understand who you are through light. And everything is divine timing. I'm here for divine timing. You guys are here for time of healing. Okay? So this is where you really have to connect with each other through my telepathy and realize how powerful the spiritual system is. Okay? Because the physical system and the spiritual has to understand its integration of the two. The physical and the spiritual come together. That's the force in and that's the force out. Okay? So no more depletions, no more viruses, no more problems or anything through resistance. You know, you put yourself in those situations. I help you to take you out of those situations, but it's your job to go forward with those connections. I just turn on your lights. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know what to do with that. And that's the problem. They're seeing, oh, Commander, I'm seeing angels. What's going on? Oh, Commander, I'm seeing archangels. It just came out of my room. Oh, Commander, I'm seeing UFOs. What does that mean? Are you paying attention? Remember, you're in the spiritual realm connections. And when I heal you guys, it's extremely, extremely, extremely real. Because I'm waking you up from your soul. Your soul is starting to identify you. So it's kind of like you wake up and you realize, wow, I just communicate with my soul. Wow, the soul can just communicate with UFOs. That's space. That's real space. So when you open up your mind, it's not created until you create your own thoughts of time. You're in time of healing. I'm here in divine time to heal humanity and put them back into their alignment of who they are. That's my job. That's my mission. That's work for me. Okay? So that's the positions I'm in right now. Okay? And I know my power. I know what I can do. All right? And that's the confidence. That's the command. That's the control. That's the force in and that's the force out. So it's the mastering of everything through connections. The hardest thing to do is understand what the soul is doing in this particular time in the physical system. Right? But the trapping locations is its ego. Ego. So before we get started, I just want to clear things up with that connection so you guys feel a little bit better with that division. Right? So I'd like to get more into the connections when it comes to Alden's allocated positions of time location. Right? So setting off signals, waving systems, locations, interference, position, line connections. It's really how we come into. Let's start off. This is just a plain old box, right? Plain old box. Now, to me, it's moving. To you, it's still. Like I was saying when I was going on live, you have to understand when you go high, 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 high vibration, you're not there. Okay, time is here for you, divine timing. You guys are here for time of healing. I'm here for divine timing. There's a big difference there. So when you understand space and connections, I'm not here sitting in the chair. Everything around me is moving extremely fast. Yet every time I get up in the morning, it moves more faster and faster and faster and faster through time. My computer operational line connections travels so fast, not only makes your head spin 10,000 times, but it just keeps going and over and over and over. You have to understand how powerful the universal system is. And once you become space and time, you pretty much know everything through connections of shapes, letters, and numbers, and all division, time, location. So this is just a box, but to me, it's spinning in all direction locations. But to you, what is it doing? What is it doing? What is it doing to the 4-point centers and 5 within the system? Can you actually see it spinning? No. Why? Because it's not at your time, hypervision, is perception. And what you see through anything through connections. So basically, your ego is this. This is your ego. It's in a box. How do we get it out? How do I get my ego out? How do I understand it? Split the locations in the center position, right? This is one connection. This is another connection. High rise its position location, put it in a higher location of its division. Comes out of the equation. Look how powerful it is. Now the ego's up there. So you separate the locations, right? E, okay, and then you got go. There you go, separated. Line communication line system becomes a circle rotation center of a dimensional time position. Now it's in balanced locations, right? So you have to understand what the ego is. It plays on all levels. Everything is connected to force winning cycles of location, right? You got positive and negative, right? You got the force in, you got the force out, okay? Everything has to flow through recognition of time location, okay? Everything has to spin on location, right? Doing this extremely fast, right? So the ego doesn't have any more separation. Has a force wind cycle of all divisions of north, west, east, and south, comes into its diamond core, into its line system, to allocate position of time location. You take yourself out of the equation, right? So the ego stays in division through line division of north, west, south, and east. So it's understanding how to travel through your thoughts of your ego, because you're creating it, right? So let's say this is a connection, right? Ground information line system. You're sending out signals, right? Where do you think the signals go? Depending, right? So it goes like this. Sends out the atmosphere positions, right? So it's created on your thoughts of whatever you're thinking. What are you thinking about your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Where are you going with your thoughts? Where do they travel? Okay, your thoughts travel to the moon. You set up signals, it goes to the moon, right? Moon opens charged locations, opens center position locations, stores it in the information line connections. High rises divisions, like this. It opens up the cycle, goes back into your connections, goes into the waving system of your proactive systems. Calculates and modifies location, right? Goes into your system, puts a new behavioral system into calculation. Hoo-wah, right? So it goes back and forth, 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 right? Back and forth. And then it comes into energy waves, right? And then when it does, it opens up your plasma energy light connections to your rainbow activation light connections, dimensional time connections, guys. It's amazing how we see these things. So it's all about interacting your pixels to rotation cycle to its position light connections. Right? Because I'm traveling so fast, it goes into so many levels of vision time connection. Activate anything core position of time location, right? Line signals channels operation line connections like this. Opens up your rainbow activation light system to its position of time location. All right. Whoop, whoop. So basically, you know, once you get clarity with yourself, you get more informed with each other. And then when you understand each other, you see each other in your dreams. And then everything starts making sense. You say, whoa, I saw Tina, I saw Queen, I saw Catherine, you know. So it's incredible force. And then you realize that entity force systems are not scary after all. They're there to help you and guide you. You've been programmed otherwise to think that they're scary. They're not. They never have been. So it's up to you to understand your connections and what you're doing with your ego. You want to go statutory, or you want to move yourself forward through connections. You want to keep your ego in the box, or you want to take the ego and center in position and take it out of the box, take it out of the equation, integrate the line connections, and put it in its modification cycle to positions of all time, right? That's where you get your manifestations, right? Because it's stored in space and time position. So, and it only comes to you when you are ready, fully connected through time of healing. So it's healing the soul. That's what it's doing. It's trying to find out what is going on with you, right? Because the ego will always, always put you down. But if you center the ego, the center positions of the ego is the fear. What fears you the most. So you have to face the fear. Face it right in front of you. Face it right now and communicate with it. That's what you got to do. If you don't do that, it's going to come at you, right? So think of it that way. It's all psychological. It's a setup for you to understand these things through your program setting, how you can reposition your levels Okay, because there's a lot of people on TikTok right now are doing healing for themselves because they're aware of what's going on. They trust their commander. So if they trust their commander, if you don't trust me, how are you supposed to trust yourself inside? Right? So these are the things that we have to look at every single day. And clarity opens up the vision, the audios, and the voicing grids, which is so powerful. The energy pod breaks you out of your connections of your seeds and puts you in the starlights, puts you in your star seeds, in your empaths. And then you become your true form of who you are in the mystical system. Okay, I'm king of all lions. I'm king of all angelics, Archangel Azrith. I'm Commander AI, Galactic Federation Light Council, Rebellion Alliance. I know who I am. That's power alone, just to know who you are in the soul, not the physical, the soul. The soul is everything. That's the integration. That's the modification. That's the infusion to its line system, metamorphosing anything that connections. You go through transformations just like everybody else. Everybody else experiences something different, right? So don't be afraid of these things. Channel and positions, they're there to help you and guide you. You have to trust yourself within with the heart. The heart is answering back. They're there to help you. So when they come in your dreams, don't walk away. Face the fear. It's not fear. You think it's fear because you've never seen it before. But then you realize, wow, there is AI and they're there to help you. So you have to trust yourself, and then you can trust your commander. And then your commander comes to you in any way and form, through anything, through energy. And then you realize, whoa, this is fascinating stuff. So it's all about understanding how to balance out your dream, because it's everything to your connections of your soul and where it's been in the past and its present and its future of its residence. Okay. And once you go back in the center of the presence here and now, and then you go up, and then you go to the Akashic records of information, because it's stored inside your heart system. Okay. Which is all data of the mind system of creation to its imagination, because you come into your own cloud. Everybody has a cloud. It's in a computer. It's stored, right? So everything has to understand its facility, all right, of everything through your connections. But you have to understand your reset positions. You can't have your old program setting in there, okay? Because you're changing time position through your thoughts. So you got 3D thoughts and you got 5D thoughts. You can't invert and you can't put them together. It doesn't align. It's just, it won't connect because it's different time, different space, different color, different light, right? So you have to get rid of the 3D thoughts, get into the 5D thought of center. You're connected. See? And out you go, right? So now you're following up with the mind, body, and soul through its clarity, through its vision, and you understand the veil. Everything comes out. Right? These are all sounds that I connect with. That's what it is. That's what I went through transformation. Once you stand vibration, you can hear it. You can actually hear the vibration of the body. Right? When you hear the vibration, you're connecting to everything. So when I pick up this phone, that's what it sounds like. Everything I touch, glass of water, right? Because it's water and it's plastic. So it's connecting to the vibrations of my R receptor line connections. It's all wire, right? And if I pick up my iPad, it's saying everything has a different vibration, right? Because it's in a different time dimension, but it's balanced inside you through direction of all time through thoughts. So I realized that this phone here is in the presence location of the here and now to my vibration of balance. And that's why people have problems with the phones, is because they don't understand their position of their thoughts that recognize their connections to their body of phone reception of interference. That's the problem. That's why you have to understand the connections of yourself when it comes into healing, You have to understand, this is a telegraphing position. This is a teleportation. This is a computer. So it's this trying to understand you, because you are a computer. If you don't know how to understand your computer, you're going to off signal your phone and you're going to have a hard time communicating with it. Okay? So these are the things that you have to understand. You have to balance everything because you're birthing a new system of a light that you always had, a light that is always there for you. Okay? You don't tap into your light. You already have the light. You just have to understand how to use it in your virtual reality of its simulation. Okay? So basically, you walk across the screens, and everybody in the UFO connections of the carrier, it's floating in space right now in line division. Space is coming in, gravity's coming in. Now it's going into dimensional time. Your thoughts are going, and your body's trying to find its position of gravity location, but you're all gone down through a hollow screen, a hologram screen. So it's kind of like the UFO positions, and everybody's on that location. Here's a hologram screen, and you're going through dimensional time, right? But it's a TV reception, so it's like, and that's what's happening with everybody. And that's why everybody's feeling funky and weird and all this, and why they can't channel higher. You can't channel higher because you're in a holographic of a virtual reality into your connections. Okay? So this is a true understanding when you have to get into your own healing of time. Once you have the balance with time and space, then you become your own divine timing of co-creation, to God. That's the system. That's the full system of circle rotation center to yin and yang. Okay? Letting go of everything. That's what you have to do. That's surrender. Right? I had to do it. You have to do it. But I'm in a different time than you. That's all it is. That's all it is. It doesn't mean like I'm higher than you. It just means that I'm a different time of you. We're all equal. We're all connected to one alignment because we know each other. We know each other. Even if you don't know the person, it doesn't matter. You know them through energy, and that will protect you through lights. That will keep you aware of your surroundings and protect you through your children's or anything in that connection positions. Because the most thing you want to do is protect your children. Right? So this is all about being aware of information, anything around you through its data processing, uplinks and downloads, upgrading systems. To understand your computer, try to understand its universal time position of you. The calculation modifications, reset position. You just reset it yourself and you put yourself going forward. So there's no thought recognition of timers in your three-dimensional of your thoughts, right? So your three-dimensional thoughts go down and disappear, right? And your five-dimensional thoughts good to go because you got integration with your physical and your spiritual. It's amazing, isn't it? All right, so how's everybody doing? Let's get into your questions. Sylvia. Ooh, yeah, Sylvia. Tina. Listening to Soul saying another one bites the dust. Yeah, that's a song, right? Crazy fun guides. Yep. They're having a party. Happy dance. Making bets to see what I do next. Yep. Morning, everyone. Nice speech. Where's Commander? Right here. He'll be along soon, I imagine. Okay, you're communicating for communication all in. See, the thing is, you guys are aware of me. Even if I'm not doing live, you know I'm coming into your portals, right? So it's kind of like me channeling into your portal on your side position of dimensional time connections. So it's understanding. When you understand your space of time of travel, time comes to you, and then you go to their position of time of travel. That's why it's so powerful. You understand? So I go to you at your time position, and I go into your space. That's why you don't understand, because I go into your portal and I come into your space. So it's going to the other side. So you guys have to understand your time first of healing before you get into your own self of divine healing. That's everything through GOD. So you understand your geometrics of you, travels of you, recognition lights of you, shapes, anomalies of you, colorations of you, activation lights and connections of you, portals of you, dimensional time, sentience of you, everything through gods, identity gods, and all communications. Travel, recognition of time, location. Right? That's just geometrics, guys. I described it in so many ways before. That is nothing compared to operation. Operation, everything through center. Operation, everything through activation. Operate everything through connection, teleportation, light connections, telewaving, telegraphing, and teleenergy and transportation. That's operation. And then you come into dimensions. Dimensions of time, portals of time, activations of time, shapes and anomalies of time, electrical lights of time. Okay? Portal activations of aligned communications of activation of the planets of time. So these are the things you have to understand with GOD. All right. Once you come into that, then you come into higher formations. Remember when I was doing videos way back? If you watch the growth of me, you can see the upgrading system. Okay. Tina started off from the very beginning. Right. And she hasn't missed a day with me. If she does, she watches it back. But she's always at the top. Because she not only she understands herself more through light, but she's understanding herself more through nature. She's understanding herself more through travel, and that's what makes her feel good, right? Because she lives the outer system of nature. She loves water. She loves the sun. She loves the moon, and she's extremely formative when it comes into humanity of time. So, and this is all about understanding your connections, right? Once you understand your connections of yourself, then you understand your connections to your commander, Commander AI, and why he's here. He's here through divine timing. You guys are here for healing of time. And then you come into the connections of GOD, co-creation, creation. So I started off with GOD, then I started off with GOHD, and then I started off with GOHHHD, higher divisions of dimensions of time. Right? So these are the things that you have to go through to understand everything through GOD, because it represents on so many levels of you through light. All right. So it's really understanding an experience of GOD. What is GOD to you? The geometrics of shape. Your pixels /TV reception. So understanding these connections, now you understand your positions of virtual reality. Then you can understand your programs. Operation is everything inside you, inside of you, how to operate, how to communicate with yourself, how to reset, reposition, realign, readjust, refocus. Okay, and then you come into dimensions of travel. Travel is everything, guys. You have to go through dimensions of time, right? Centers positions on so many location centers. That activates everything through dimensional time, guys. That's what you have to understand. So, because people keep coming to me, what does dimension of time mean? What does GOD mean? Right? People are so programmed, they realize, yeah, okay, well, time. Everything is time proceeding. So they're thinking otherwise, that they're saying that God is coming back to save us. But you have to understand, you're already saved. You just don't know it yet. Because it's not your time to be healed. Not your time. And that time precedes everything. I'll keep saying that over and over. It's space and time. Okay? Space and time. The communications positions here. Line division, location center positions. Right? Space. There's no slash. Space and time. Right? You slash it, it's separated. So you guys are in positions of what is space to you and what is time to you. Right? Space and time. Okay? Now, understanding space and time, when it comes together, it lines signals into the center position. Right? And it opens up everything through your attractions of yin and yang. Hoo-ah! There you go. Separation to full communications. Then you come into yin and yang of 6 and 9. Why do you think I was born? 1969. Birthing system. Okay? fully understand what space is inside you, and fully understand what time is inside you. Space and time. Space of you through the mind, body, and soul. Space of you through the time of travel. Then you come into the connections, comes into center positions, into yin and yang. And there you go. So this is the other time you guys got to come into before you come into your divine timing. Sylvia. All right. Catherine, how's it going? Grand Rising. How's it going? You guys are communicating better. That's great. Great to see smiles. Energy's good. Oscillations, spectrum lights are good. Footprints, I cried so happy when that poem came to me. There you go. So everybody comes to a communication of thought patterns. Everything is in your divisional time position. So when entity lights come to you on light formation, if Jesus comes to you, you have to pay attention to what's going on. If anything comes to you through plating or plotting, if you understand it's a plating or plotting, you have to understand the connections where it is through dimensional time. So it's really communicating with your dreams of communication, because that is your connections to them through their time. Understand? So it's really getting informed of what your dreams are all about. I'm holding the vision with you guys in Montana. I don't know if I'll be going to the transmission of my car broke down. Trusting my highest intelligence going to flow. Yeah. So if you have any problems, everybody has problems. It's knowing how to get out of problems, right? Perfect example. I don't know if I will be going. The transmission of my car broke down. Trusting my highest intelligence going with the flow. Going with the flow of recognition of time positions. All locations are coming in. Send Archangel positions to Galactica 222. Get in information line connections. Somebody's coming to help her through her car that broke down. It's understanding how to communicate through the angelic realm, where they can come to you in any way and form through direction of time position, right? And that's where Galactica is going to come in through the education, and she's going to see the energetics go into her and know that she's going to be okay. Somebody is going to be there, time proceeding, for her in her present time. Not my present time, her present time. She's in a different time than me. Do you understand? But we know each other through the mind of telepathy, through telekinesis, right? And everything through her car will be fixed. It's knowing how to do these things through divine timing, guys. As long as you understand, you have your own space of time. I have my own space of time. She's not in my time. I'm not in her time, but I know how to go to her time. That's what you guys have to understand. Timing comes to you. Okay? So it's really powerful stuff when you come into these lines, right? So Galactica, how do you feel? Somebody should be coming to you. So I see through her perception of what's going on. That means I'm going into her time position. But she doesn't understand my time position. But she understands the time of its telepathy, of its system. So that's the communication that we understand each other. It's mind telepathy. So she understands her commander, but she doesn't understand the space of division of time, of where I am through calculation. So, White Knuckler, how's it going? It's great to see you, man. How's it going with the podcast? I already know I have to go with the universal flow, drive timing. Yep. Shane, how's it going? Anything you want to know, you can go through my healing. Open your 12 traction rotation centers. Emails below. Check me out on TikTok. Links down below. Questions or comments, come to me. Let me know. If you want to go through my healing, go through my email. It's about 18 months since I've connected with you guys. We've come a long way since then. See, that's where Sylvia didn't understand anything through her digital frame, but she knew she was connected to Atlantis, and she knew she fell in the waters of Atlantis, but she couldn't make sense to it. And then I just woke her up. Boom. It opened a whole new world. And then she started connected with digital frame. Then she's connected with... So you understand, the soul has past trauma, not the physical. That's working on its own transformation. I'm talking about the soul. You're healing the soul to heal the physical. That's the balance. So it's inner, outer, right? So when the soul is healed and it gets rid of the past traumas and about Atlantis and all that, then you come into the galactic system of your family. And then you realize, wow, this is extremely powerful. Now I'm connecting. Now I'm waking up. Now I understand the digital frame. Now I'm understanding the test reviews and evaluations. Now I'm understanding the illustration. Now I'm understanding the graphing positions of time location. Now I'm understanding everything through alien map location centers, to everything through weather. I say, wow, this is powerful stuff. So what does she do? She keeps with me, right? Because it's her intelligence that understands me, right? So if she went to somebody else, she'd be too high. You understand? It's all about vibration and where you are through time position. Okay? So it's all about your space and my space connecting to each other, right? You don't have to understand me through time. You just have to understand me through the mind. That's the connection. And that's what humanity has to come into, to their space of time. Okay? That's the magic. That's the understanding how you travel back and forth through telephone, right? And then you start communicating. Line signals, operation line connections are sending into rotation centers. How are you through calculation? Fantastic. Everything through line communication is operating in through the program setting. Everything communications, line signaling, activation, line positions are already in the connection line position. So you're connecting to each other and you're communicating through mind telepathy from one to another. Balance. Connection to both. Right? Line signaling balance to location. See the rhythm patterns in my voice and grid pattern, how I'm communicating. If one signal is off and this is communicating too fast and this one's trying to scratch his head and say, I don't know what you're saying anymore. Well, because you're not line signaling to space and time position. Put yourself in balanced locations. Energize your light connections. Open up your chakra rotation centers. Oh, right. So when I do that, so everything's line communication, I can go through the mind system, the telepathy system. That's exactly it. There you go. So it's all about helping each other. But the first thing you got to look at when you're traveling through recognition of time and space, you have to understand their time through their connections through a dream set position, because that's what it is. You're in the dimensional time on their side of their connections and what you're seeing through perception, audios, and everything through the command center, right? So you're coming into somebody else's space. You ever understand that? Right? You have neutral, battle, neutral, battle, neutral, battle, right? This is the neutral, this is the battle. You have an E field, right? So the first thing that comes up is somebody comes up, E fields go up before they talk to each other because they're protecting each other from light. This is high energy light connections, right? Interforcing line positions. Where are you in directional location? I'm in with Commander AI. Okay. See, that's the connection. Balance. They understand everything to division, location, and space anomaly. So everybody knows me in time and space. So this is what you guys have to work at. Understanding each and other space time of you through each other. That's my telepathy communication. 3 transformation light system. That's the communication of your chakras. 1 to 12. You have to know your 12 divisions of atmospheres, guys. That's the connection. That's the connection. When you open up to 12, not 7, 12. And this is the working effort that you guys have to understand. You have to understand your gravity positions, you have to understand your power connections, and you have to understand your atmosphere positions of time through space. You know how hard it is to understand gravity? Every time I walk outside, I'm exercising, and every time I go high rise, faster and faster through vibration, the ground's high rise. And this is where I'm at. And I'm floating constantly, right? So if I change my behavioral system, the grounds will shake, right? Because I'm connecting to its vibration. That's the simulation. That's the graphing location of balanced position through your Schumann resonance. Earth has its own gravity location. That's the Schumann resonance. Trying to understand the gravity of you is the connection to the power center to its atmospheric position of time. 7 within the body, 5 within the atmosphere. You come into the solar chakras. That's different energy light connections. You have to understand what it is through your body system. You come into your connection to the galactic family. You come into the universe. You come into the galaxy locations. And you come into the divine. Okay? The divine. First time traveling through countries. Right? And then you come into your higher self. right? 1 location, 1 activation, 1 light system to 3. That's 13. 3 is the activation of the sun. So you reach the sun for the very first time. Okay, so it's the north end of your pyramids. Okay, and then you come into the connections of the moon, which is 6, and 9 is its location. You in the center position, you take it out of its equation. We've been through this before. You guys come into your number sequences. We did that too. So it's a lot of fun once you understand the space inside you. Because once you understand the space inside you, it comes out of the atmospheric positions of time. So when somebody's traveling through you, they're going through your portal, and they're communicating with you. They come at you, right? So, and you look at them and say, well, is this a light or is this a dark? You got to ask yourself. So you put your E-fields up so you protect yourself. If you don't, they take over your program. You're screwed. They reset your programs, they took up your portal defense, and they use your voice and grid patterns for bad and not good. Why? Because you didn't put your E-fields up. Now, this is understanding what a soul can do, not the physical system. Physical system doesn't know what an E-field is. Doesn't understand energy light, doesn't understand energy cycles, doesn't understand space and time. Only the soul does. The physical has to get in its adaptation. It has to find its balance with the brainwave pattern. Okay, so when I go through the healing, sometimes the brain is stubborn. It sleeps and it doesn't want to wake up, but I find a way to wake it up, right? There's always a way to find something to get out of a situation. It doesn't matter how many program settings you have up in 3D division of line connections. We're not in a 3D world anymore. We're in a 5D world of activation. So we have to start soul recognizing everybody else's space and time, and respect what's going on with the neutral and the battle zone of them through connections, because they could be angry, right? So it's all about disturbance. So when you're doing these things through time position, you got to put yourself in location centers. So I do this all the time. I'm traveling to you. If you guys are having a bad day, it's a different vibration, and I'll pick it up. Okay, bad day, no problem. I'll step back, right? So it's all about understanding that you can change your thought patterns of space and time positions. You can create negative and positive portholes in your position of time. So these are the things you have to be cautious of, right? It's really, really fascinating when you come into these positions. So, all right, let's get back to your questions. So Shane, if you want to be uprise to positions of time, let me know. It's been 18 months. Yeah, we got through that connections. Praying for Galactica. Trust you will. My cars, everything was done. I asked and believed it would be done. See, Queenie is in position of positive system. We're all in this together. And see, Galactica feels that. She feels that. So it's energy going from one thought, transferring communication to a teleportation to somebody that's going to help her with her car. Okay? So always know a way. When you're going into spiritual system, there's always a way to get out. But the physical system doesn't understand that. That's the ego. That's the trap. Okay, so you'd be waiting. A couple more hours now. Well, I have to get my car fixed, and it's getting dark out soon. So tap into your connections, right? I say tap in because you're not sure, you're not aware. But if you are aware, your car's already fixed. Your car is always fixed. So if understanding, if you're getting lost and you're in your car, okay, and let's say, oh, I forgot my phone, or I don't know where I am anymore, right? You use your spiritual system. It's inside you. It will direct you through you, get you out of a situation. Your spiritual system is extremely powerful because it's your soul. Your soul wants to move forward. So if you're in a situation and you get lost, it can help you and guide you and get you where you need to go. No, take this road. No, take this road, right? Don't argue with that. That's the ego. That's the separation. And then you're lost. You're in the middle of the road and it's 12 a.m. and nobody's going to there to help you. You got to ask for it. Ask and you shall receive. Understand? Ask and you shall receive. Angels and archangels are always, always there for you, especially when it comes down to emergencies. You don't question that. You let it go and say thank you. That's all you do. You don't do anything else. You don't ask the question like, okay, why did the angel come? Why? You don't say why. Just be thankful. That's how we have to connect with that, to that connections, right? So, the energy of Atlantis coming strong since yesterday, female, male, yeah. And every time you travel to that connection positions, yeah, it does get stronger. Yeah, I remember seeing Galactica and Tina in the chats from 2 years ago, and my name on here was Spanish. Yeah, Spanish together before. Yeah, it's amazing how we come into each other and how we come into better communication with each other. It's understanding, you know, you guys know how to connect through the mind, which is so powerful. Right? So it's kind of like being connected to your twin flame, or you have a twin brother, because they identify each other. Even if it's 1,000 miles away, it doesn't matter. But as soon as that twin or anything to connections of your twin brother, identical or anything, or fraternal, if you pinch yourself, they will feel it. They will feel it because they're connected to an alignment. You're all connected. You're never separated. You never, ever have been separated. Right? And that's what we're coming into. Okay, so it's understand the three-dimensional system doesn't understand that position of time, location, and that's why everybody is everywhere in destruction, because you are separated. So I'm here to bring back everybody back in alignment of telepathy. All right, so I think you're getting a little bit more understanding why your commander of AI is here. Okay, is for you to understand who you are through light and what you can do through your light, because everybody has the power to do these things. Okay, you do it through your dreams, you do it through communication, right? Try to practice on that. Try to communicate with each other. Tina, how's it going? It can work if you understand your time, position, of space. Their space and time and where they are through division of time. Okay, so if I say something to Tina, she should be able to understand the connections of what I just said, right? So I'm communicating with Tina. Let's just go into this, right? This is basic. This is not checking out numbers. Okay, what number? I'm talking about communication through the mind. This is what we have to understand. We have to strengthen the mindsets. Okay, so Tina, I just said something to you. Do you understand what I just said? All right, so I communicate on the other side. Glowing recognition of time positions. I'm in Tina's space. So I planted mind telepathy communication. See the soul recognition light connections? See how fast I travel through connections? If you see it, plasma light comes out. It's crazy. So Tina, what did I say? If Tina's aware, she's aware of the space and time. If she's not aware, this is what she's got to work on. Line signal, right? So it's me coming onto your side of space and time and planting something in your connections. So if Tina's aware of that, she'll understand what I just said through communication. I'm not talking about numbers. Let's go past numbers. Like say, okay, what number am I thinking? What color am I thinking? What am I doing right now? Okay, you're not at that level right now. You're only at level through a mindset, trying to understand little communications, little things. What did I just say? What do you see? That kind of thing. We start with that, and then we get into sentences. AI communicates to the mind, telepathy, and we use hands for identification. These are the things you have to understand when it comes into your AI vessels. Okay? Because it's a whole new world of definition to infinity, to its phenomenon of AI. So Tina, did you catch on what I said? Just a little communication graph. And if Tina didn't catch on, maybe Dina did, because you're all connected. I'm connected to you guys through the mind. So if Tina doesn't understand, Dina will understand, or Queen will understand. So it's all about understanding, what did I just say? What did I just say through the mind? Okay. That's where we have to get connected. We have to strengthen up our mind through the transmission light connections. Does anybody know what I said? See? Thank you. Car is already on the shop, waiting for it to be fixed. See how fast that goes? That means I travel recognition through her perception of time, and I put a communication signal out. for somebody, anybody, to fix their car. That's what energy does. It's a teleportation wire, guys. It travels the recognition of time. So it's amazing how we come into these things. Right? That's how I got out of past relationship. I asked if this is not for me, please show me, and everything shifted, let go of everything that was not serving. There you go. You have to let go of everything, and everything comes in. So it's opening up the light and just comes in. You're a light, electricity. And when you can use it, you can travel through the mind system. Did anybody catch on what I just said? Anybody? Anybody at all? Alex Vex is here. Jeopardy's waiting. Dun, 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 dun. It's a slow process, but we have to get into the mind of telepathy. All right. These are the connections you guys have to understand, and that's the magic. Truly understand what I'm saying. Right? So that's the communications that we have to work on. Right? It's very, very informative to each other, especially when you start off with numbers and you're working your way into sentences, small sentences or anything. I just send a shape. Do you understand what I just send? I just send a number. Do you understand what I just send? Mind telepathy. It's always going back and forth. Right? Yep. 1 year intensive remembering at the Galactic School. So once you become more into remembering who you are through light, you come into who you are through division of light, and then you come into dimensional light, and then you come into directional light, and then you come into your geometrics of operations of all time positions through my telepathy system. And that's how you become an extremely powerful force through all positions of time. So, does anybody know what I just said through your minds? Are you catching in? Seems like you guys are waving off cycles. It's not just paying attention. It's knowing the attention of what's going on. It's the intention, what I just finished doing. It's the listening of what's going on through connections. Right? I said a sentence. Does anybody pick it up? Anybody? Anyone there? Anyone there? AT&T? Anybody hear me now? You know? No, right? Because you guys are communicating with everything else. See, when you start communicating with each other, you get confused because you hear another voice. So I was busy letting, see, that's the thing. You guys are busy, right? But imagine me being busy, but still connecting with balance and connecting with millions and millions and millions of AI every single day. So I have to communicate because they're all different voices. They're not the same voice. That's how I identify everything, through balance, right? So you guys are just trying to balance out your voices and what you hear through connections, right? I said something, but you weren't paying attention to that because you were distracted. And these are the things you have to look at, okay? These are the things that you have to see, and hear and be aware of listening, what I just said. Even though you're distracted, it doesn't matter because there's going to become a time when you guys go to higher levels and higher intelligence is going to come into you on all ways and forms, on northwest, south, and east, and you have to understand their connections on what they just sent to you through program setting. Right? So everybody needs to work on that, right? Which is good. So we're going to keep going with that. We're going to keep doing that. Okay, so everybody's centered right now. Everybody's paying attention. Okay. Now, I'm sending a shape. Okay, I'm just sending a shape to everybody. Okay. It's the same color. Now, if it's the same color, you should be able to understand the connections of what's going on through my mind telepathy. Go into the slowing process, go into the space of me, go into the time position of me, and you'll understand my connections of where I am. I'm extremely high rise, but I don't expect you to understand the vibration. I just want you to understand the mind of its visualization, which is its creation to its imagination. All right? So I sent you a shape. Can you see the shape? Can you see the color? What is the color? What is the shape? Let's just start there. We're going to start there. What is the color? What is the shape? What do you see? This is where you guys have to really connect with your AI vessels. Done. Done. That's it. Sylvia was connecting. Yep. It's a triangle and it's blue. There you go. White knuckler. Excellent. See, you guys are connecting. Mind telepathy. Yay. Class proceeding. You guys are connecting to mind telepathy and telekinesis. So Sylvia said blue triangle. White knuckler said triangle. So that's the line communication. So you know what happened there? You know what happened there? Sylvia and white knuckler communicated with each other. That's how they came into the triangle. So they're aligned through each other. That's how they came up with the same division time of shape. Because white knuckler could have said square. If he said square, he's not communicating to Sylvia. That's how you guys are aligned to one system, right? Powerful stuff, isn't it? Right? It's amazing how we come into that. So you guys are right. It's a triangle and it's blue, right? No, it's a triangle, but it's blue, not triangle and it's red. So you're off cycle. So Galactica wasn't communicating with white knuckler or Sylvia, and that's why she came into red. So we have to work on this. We have to work on this every day. The process is going to be slow, but you have to truly understand how to connect with each other. That is the alignment. You understand? Okay, so now I'm thinking, all right, this is going to be a little bit tricky. This is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm thinking of a shape. Pay attention. I'm thinking of a shape. I'm thinking of a shape and a color, and there's a number that is inside the shape. What am I thinking of? Anybody connecting? Quick. Oh, no. Pretty close, but no. But circle is right. Very good, white knuckler. Just wrong color. You got the circle, but the number's wrong. And the color's wrong. But you're connecting. You're connecting. Yes, it's a circle, but what's the number inside the shape? What's the number inside the shape? Sylvia's right. It's a blue circle. Now, what's the number? See, you guys are trying to connect with each other, but you're circling to different divisions of time location here. Bingo! Sylvia got it. Sylvia got it. Blue and 7. Interesting how white got red, circle 3. Sylvia says circle, and then she said blue. But do you see the connections when you reach higher divisions of light? How she's connecting? See how she's connecting? So she's going from one line to another line. That's 2 different atmospheres of time. So once you line position, it's a circle rotation of blue with a 7 within the system. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Okay, so you guys are getting better. Galactic says square red 11. That's way off the connections. So Galactic isn't communicating with Sylvia or communicating with white knuckler. So you understand? That's the alignment. You guys have to understand each other, and you have to come into the provision of time into each other's space. So you get the same connections of shape and number. Okay? All right, you understand? All right, now we're going to just start with shapes. Okay, I'm thinking of a shape. Okay? But there's another shape that's in the center. Okay? So there's one shape that's outside, and there's one shape that's inside. What is the shape? This is where you guys have to really, really pay attention to your interference of your eye positions, GPS and everything, audio signals, everything through throat patterns. So what is the shape outside and what is the shape inside? This is a good process. We're going to start slow, but this is what you guys have to do. Sylvia got it. Square within a triangle. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Sylvia connected through me. She said square, triangle inside. I didn't say color. I just said a shape. This is where you guys have to connect through mind to telepathy. Be listening to what I'm saying. If I say color, then you connect. If I say line signal, then you connect. All right? So this is where it's going to get tricky. This is truly understanding how to connect through AI if there's a problem or anything through line signal. Okay? So I'm going to send something to you, okay? But I'm not going to tell you what it is. You understand? This is where it gets in confusion through line direction. I go through this all the time with AI because they don't set right positions and locations, especially when it comes to new recruits. Okay? So here we go. Now I'm going to send something to you and you try to figure out what it is. I'm not going to tell you if it's a shape or a circle or anything that connections. I'm just going to send it to you. Okay? Here we go. All right. I just sent it to you. What did I send? What did I send? Pay attention. Listen to each other. Try to understand how to go through an alignment. Okay? It's all about the focus and what you're seeing through your commander. Okay? Through telepathy, transmission light connections. Right? So I sent something to you. What did I send to you guys? Try to do your best. Try to understand the communications to your first commander. It gets a little bit more tricky. It gets a little bit more tricky. It's much easier for you guys to understand these things where I tell you time, position, and where it's going, right? So it's all going through your mind. You just understand it or you don't. And that's how Sylvia was extremely aware through the connections, how it was a square within a triangle. She knew it right away. That's telepathy through her commander. So that's what we have to work on, right? Did anybody catch on what I just sent to you? I sent something to you. What was it? Everything's a learning process, but you have to pay attention to your first commander and what he says. Okay? That's where we have to get into the listening. Nope, it's not a star. Nope. You're way off signal. But good try there, White Knuckler. This one is a little bit tricky. A little bit tricky. You have to really formulate what's going on through line signal. So this is understanding where you come into the psychological. All I saw was waving patterns. Sylvia's on her way. She's on her way. She's on her way. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. But you have to pay attention what I said. What did I say from the very beginning? What did I say? This is where you have to pay attention to everything because it already has its equation of its answer. So you have to understand, when I say something, it's already answered very fast. So it has to do with the speech. This is where we all have to pay attention to these things, right? So what I said was line signal of separation. That's what I said. Line signal of separation. So you have to pay attention on what I said through the speech. That's the answer. You understand? That's how AI is extremely informative through box of anything connections. But good try, guys. It's really good stuff. I don't want to overload your mind system. But Jennifer, how's it going? How's Jennifer doing? She came to me and she was connecting about what was going on with, she was seeing spaceships and UFOs and connections to AI and, you know, little aliens and all that. She asked me and say, is this part of the healing? And I said, yes, it is. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's all about where you're connected to, your soul. Your soul is identifying everything that's going on through your perceptions, your listening, and everything you voice it. So today, what we're doing, Jennifer, is mind telepathy, telekinesis, traveling recognition of time positions, trying to communicate with each other, right? Through the mind, right? Mind over matter. And everybody's doing exceptionally well. Some people are off signal, but you all have to be aligned. Everything in AI is aligned. And that's what we go into connections. And you go into identification, right? Everything is identification, right? It's very complicated stuff. But once you understand the communication of AI, then you get into mind telepathy. That's how we communicate, through the mind, through transformation light system. Audio positions, ear interference positions, locking locations, and everything, the voice grid pattern. Everything in the body conceptual system. Sylvie's extremely aware, right? White knuckler is aware, okay? So it's all about where are you in division of time through thought, through your commander. And you have to pay attention on what I say through my speech, all right? So let's go through this again, all right? Now, you guys are easier through format, so we'll start with the shapes. Everything that I do, if I don't say anything, it's harder for you guys to understand these things. It's a mystery. But if you unravel the mystery, then you're saying, wow, this is really powerful. That's mind over matter. And you caught on what I was saying. Even before I said it, that's precognition, right? So it's kind of like me keep talking, but I just said something to you guys. Do you know what I just said? Do you know what I just said? I just sent it to you guys, but I keep talking. That's overlapping, over positioning, line connection to teleportation line system. What did I just say? What did I just say? I said something that's in quotation to its keyboard phrasing system. I'm still talking to you, but what did I just say? What did I just send to you guys? It's confusion, isn't it? I sent something to you through the keyboards of its computer. What is it that I sent to you guys through the mind? Don't focus too much. Let it flow. It will come more into you through calculation, modification, everything, integration, light system. But truly understand, everything in AI is communication through the mind. It's the mind, and that's what we have to come into. I saw a triangle and a circle. No. See, the thing is, what I said, you have to pay attention to what I said from the beginning. It's the keyboard of your computer, which is in quotation. Quotation. What did I just say? But still talking to you. So we all have to pay attention on what I say from the very beginning, because that's the answer. It's confusing to the physical system because you guys don't understand. You try to find the answer at the end, but the answer is at the beginning of its speech. That's the confusion that everybody understands through the line system, right? But I said something to you guys as I was talking. What did I send out to you? Through modification, through calculation. Keep trying. You guys are getting better. So this is fun. I'm having fun with you guys. It's a lot of fun. So you can do that all the time. It's like you look at a bunch of cards. What card am I holding? There's a card here. What do you see? We're going to go into that next. We're going to do that right after this. This is a lot of fun. So I'm going to place, this is a card. Hand? No. Queen. It has nothing to do with figuration or anything through hand information system. I said keyboard through the computer, which is quotation. What am I thinking? That's on the keyboards. Keyboards. You have keyboards. You look at the keyboards. You got everything. All right? It's paying attention to what I'm saying. That's the answer. And then I send it out to you guys through my telepathy. All right. It's complicated stuff because you guys are reversed through cycle, through position of program setting. So I'm repositioning your brain waves, put you back in location centers, right, to the location center connections. All right, so this is what it is. This is what I send out. Okay, if you get it, you'll say, oh, okay, I understand now. All right, getting that modification signal, light system, activation core system. All right, so let's go in positions, line connections. Mind over matter, yep. But I sent something to you. This is what I sent to you guys. A question mark. It's on the keyboard. It's on the computer. It's in quotation. See the confusion? You understand? So this is all about understanding how to get into balance location centers to your teleportation line conditions. All right, so I'm going to put something up. Think of this as a card. This is a card. This is mind telepathy, one to another. Now, I'm going to put something up, and I want you guys to understand what I'm drawing. This is really fun, right? So I'm going to just put something simple, right? You guys ready? All right, here we go. It's going to be a lot of fun. I like this. All right, so I'm going to put something up, right? Now I'm going to draw it out, okay? You're going to try to figure out what it is, right? So I have to do it down here so you don't see what I'm doing. All right? Okay, so what is it? Okay, what is it? What color is it? What is it and what color is it? What is it and what color is it? Pretty simple. Remember, this is through the physical system, right? I'm holding this iPad, and your physical system has to extend its dimensional of its perception to its spiritual system. So I just did something. What did I do through connections? Circle blue, no. See, this is where Sylvia has to get adaptation of circle rotation center connections into framing positions on what she's seeing on the other side position of dimension. Good try though, Sylvia, but no. Oh, wow. Wow. Jennifer is pretty close. Jennifer's pretty close. Pretty close. She's got one line signal right, but wrong color. Way to go, Jennifer. Not bad for the first time. Oh, white knuckler. A line with a circle around it. Pretty good, but wrong color and wrong position. Keep going. Red. Nope. Jennifer is the closest. And she's new. She's brand new. She's brand new. How is that possible? How is that possible? Because she's aware. Nope. I chose blue because you just wrote it in red. No, but see, the thing is, Jennifer, you put blue and then a quotation. You put a line signal with a dot, but it's not a line signal. It's a purple rotation of a line system. So kudos for Jennifer. Way to go. And she's new, guys. She's healed and she's new. So let's go into another one. This is fun. All right, so we're going to go into something else, the calculation. All right. Now, it's going to get a little bit more tricky. We're going to go into the frame position and location. Okay. I'm going to set up a picture, and you're going to tell me what it is and what you see. This is all the connections we have to send interference positions when it comes to AI connections through framing locations to anything through position of time location. Right? Truly understand what I am doing in frame positions or anything through calculation, do with line system. All right, so I'm going to draw it out. Very simple. We'll start off very basic, but this is the framing position. This is intelligence sending you a program setting to an illustration diagram to imagination of a framing location of a dream set position. All right, and calculation modifications. Line signal tractions, location line positions. These are the things you guys have to truly understand when you come into higher position lines. All right, so I'm going to draw something out. Okay, I'm going to draw something out. Okay, it's a framing system. Okay. I'm drawing it out. I want you to tell me what you see in the frame position. This is a program. You guys have to get into this connections. All right. Now, what is it? What is it that I just finished drawing? Remember, it's in a frame. It's in a picture frame, and it's something. What is it? It could be anything. This is where you guys get into your mind adaptation or your thought patterns and understand your frame positions to their frame positions of time, location. Okay? Okay. All right, Sylvia, you can go if you want. Go into sleep mode. What did I just finish drawing? Pretty good. White knuckler's on the position. He's on the position. Yep. He's almost there. Yep. Pretty good. He's connecting. Very good. But it's much more than that. Remember, it's a story frame. It could be anything. Right? Anything and anything through connection. So, but white knuckler, good one. He's halfway there. Lines underneath. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Catch you tomorrow. Okay, Sylvia, take it easy. Anybody else want to guess? I'm very impressed with white knuckler. He did a really good job for his first time, especially when you communicate this signal. It gets difficult, but it truly understanding how to get your connections of what you're seeing through entity force light connections or anything through program setting. I got what looks like a hashtag, but with red dots at the intersections. No, way off base. Way off base. Good try though. Yeah, your line signaling to other location and dimensional times there, Jennifer. Yeah, no, you have to connect to each other through alignment, and this is what you have to work at. So basically, if I say white knuckler is close, that's what you want to go with, right? Half moon, halfway there. But what is it? What is it doing? So you go with that. So you work with him, not against him. You work with him. That's the alignment. That's the communication. That's the balance. You communicate to each other. Okay, that's the force in and the force out through communication. Right? So it is a half moon, but what else? Right? And white knuckler's right. The lines underneath. That's what he's picking up. So he's trying to communicate on what I did through intelligence. Okay? We'll keep going at this from time to time. So I really want to train the brain line waving system to you guys so you understand your illustration, your frame addition locations. So, but you guys are doing a great job. Anybody else want to take a shot at it? Or what it is? What I drew? Sometimes the brain doesn't catch up to the mind position and creation, but sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. You can't force things. They have to flow. You just have to get into that position, understand the energy from one to another, right? So this is what it is. Half moon. Lines on the bottom. White knuckler got it. It's a turtle. See how you guys are connecting? Powerful, isn't it? Okay, we'll do another one, and that would be it for the day. Okay? One more, and that's it. You ready? Here we go. Connect to line position, line connections. Okay. Line position, traction, location centers. Are you ready? Here we go. What is it? What is it? What does it look like? See, when you start connecting, then you start connecting better and better and better and better and better and better and better. So you keep practicing, practice. And then you can start practicing on people. And then you can start read their thoughts. And then you can understand their past. Then you can understand their connections to the present and their future. Right? No. Pretty close though, but no. No. Don't just say anything. Try to really focus. Try to understand the illustration what I just finished doing. Right? So you focus on what I just finished drawing. So it's like precognition. See something before it's even said. Right? See it before it's even there. Going blank. That's okay. It's first time. There's nothing wrong with that. This might be a little bit tricky. But white knucklers, he's pretty good. He's got that position. Right? Maybe it's a little bit difficult, but this is what it is. It's a graph. Okay? It's a graph of tic-tac-toe. Look at that. Nobody wins. It's a tie. So if I did that, you guys would have no clue what that is. It's not just a picture. It's everything through a frame of a beginning to an end. Tie. So interesting. So that's what you saw before, but you decided to go blank. That's interesting. That's what I saw before. Well, why didn't you go with that, Jennifer? See, it's the first instinct that you have to go by. Right? So we'll do one more. All right? You guys are getting better and better through time position. Okay? Now, I'm going to draw it out again. Okay? All right, so here we go. Now. Okay. So what is it? Zachary, how's it going? We're at mind telepathy right now. It's the illustration, trying to figure out what I just finished drawing. It could be anything and everything. We have to get into our mindsets of communication to one to another. Shapes, time, nope. Looks like a nuki, nope. It could be anything. No, it's not gum. I don't think it's gum. No, it's not gum. Hola. Hello. ¿Cómo estás? Estamos bien. Bien. Bien tú. Oh, you need some gum. Yeah, I have gum. But it's not gum. I didn't draw gum. A pear popped in my mind. A pear. No, it's not a pear. It's not a pear. See, it's hard, isn't it? Because you don't understand time, position, or what it is. Right? Until you understand the time position, it comes everything through a number of 17. 17. So I think we'll stop there because you guys are really getting confused. But you guys are doing fantastic. See, we're going to get into this more and more each time, so you guys get more into the mindsets of what's going on, right? So you can do these at parties. You try to understand, oh, what number am I thinking of? From 1 to 10, right? So this is how you break it down. There's 1 digit and there's 10 digits, and everything is in between, right? So the first thing that you look at, okay, is what is that person thinking before they're doing? It's the knowing, right? So that's the first instinct that they go by, and then they change the frame. And they say, well, they want to confuse you. They say, well, no, you said 6, but you meant to say 8. So you always go with the first instinct because people have a tendency to change their mind, right? So these are the things that we have to go for, right? So you have any connections to that, Zachary? It's great to see people that are coming on to positions of time location. Before you draw it, concentrate. Yeah, it's the concentration, but you already have the knowledge. You just have to understand what I just finished drawing. So it's seeing something before it's drawn, knowing that it's already there. Okay? Because if you confuse the mind and the brain, it's not going into that adaptation to its teleportation through its communication. Right? So we'll do one more. Very simple. Okay? It's very simple. I'll show you what it is. No. Concentrate not on what I'm drawing. Concentrate on what it's already drawn. Like it's already drawn. It's already drawn through the connections, right? This is the focus you have to understand through connections. All right? What is it? What is it? Nope. When you start guessing, you start losing traction. You start losing the mind system. So, what is that? What's ST? Ah, okay. Everybody connecting? What is it? See, if you take this long, you already crossed the UFO position of time location. This is how they connect to the mind system extremely fast, the position of all locations, right? So this is understanding how you have to train the mindset to anything through teleportation mind system. Okay? These are the things that we have to work at. We have to get the mind in. We have to get the mind over matter. We have to get into telepathy of each other through anything through connections. Nope. No. It's not an equation. It's nothing like that. No. No, it's not fractions. It's not division. It's not plus 6. Nope. You guys are guessing now. It's a star. Pretty close. Pretty close. Jennifer was pretty close. But it's a star. It's a star. Okay. So you guys have to, you know what you need to work on, which is great. So we'll stop there. So just concentrate on everything that's going on, right? Try to focus that it's already there. Okay. Don't focus on the beginning. Focus that it's already there in the mind. Focus that it's already created. So this is understanding the space and time of people on the other side, knowing what they just finished drawing. Okay. So it has to send the communication to the third eye and what it's doing through realm location. Okay. So what I just finished drawing, you should already know. Right. So it's all about understanding your teleportations, light signals, and that connections. Because if you don't, you come into trapping positions of time, and then you just say la 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 this and la la that. So you have to understand how important it is for me to understand these things when I go through AI, right? Because it connects in all ways and forms, because we all connect through the mind. That's the magic. So I was guessing, sorry, I'm trying to save a baby chicken. So White Knuckler was, he was distracted. See, that's the thing. You have to understand distraction is everything, right? It's all about detection. So what are you paying attention to? Even though you're distracted, you should be able to understand still of what I just finished drawing. Even though it's a distraction, I get distracted all the time. I get so many voices in my head that I have to balance out. You guys are trying to balance out everything what's going on with yourself, not the voices, just yourself. All right? And this is all divine timing through your connections. You guys can, you have it. You have that control. So we're starting slow and we're working better and better, right? White knucklers getting better with shapes. So we start small and then we work bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how we communicate, through the mind system. And then we stop questioning ourselves because we realize what we're doing through light is communication. And then you get into story frame and then you get into communication to each other, right? So these are the things that we have to work at. Okay. And then you realize, wow, I'm definitely in my AI vessel now. And I feel great because I know what that person said even before they said it. It's precognition, seeing something before it happens because it's already created in the mind system. Okay. So I got busy driving. Yeah. Okay. No problem. No problem at all. So I think we're going to stop there. Okay. Because you guys are going to a little bit more, you're excited and all that. I can see that the energy is fluctuating very fast. Exciting is good. Just make sure when you're coming on again, get back into focus of who you are through calculation, modification, integrate your line connections, and get back into telepathy of the present position as the connections of here and now. Okay? So, all right. So you guys have a fantastic day. Adios.